Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this will be your waxing moon reading. A little bit late, I'm sorry, obviously Mercury retrograde hit me and also one of my cameras is out of operation. So there is no shuffle video, it's just going to be a photo that will be up in that corner of the reading, or possibly two photos if any clarification cards need to come out. Now, what we're looking at is what to increase with the light of the waxing moon. Now, like I say, it's late, but it's covering a 2-week period, so hey ho. Now, the reading either is for you or it isn't. There's not a lot of past, but there's quite a bit of present. So if the present doesn't fit, have a look at your rising. Well, especially have a look at your rising sign. In ancient astrology, your rising sign was considered far more important than your sun sign. But yeah, look at your sun, your moon, your rising, at the Venus and Mars if you're into it, though, although your Mars is in Capricorn right now. Whatever happens, Mars is in Capricorn right now, and there will be some readings this week, either with or without a working second camera, to talk about that. There'll also be a timestamp down below so that you can get past all of my waffle if you're watching more than one reading. And I do say I watch more than one because it's well worth getting a more complete picture. But as I say, it's what to increase with the light of the waxing moon. All the other details about the reading are down there in the description. Let me bring up the cards. Okay, Taurus, what you seem to be advised here is to persist. There seems to be quite a lot coming up for you at the moment because the cards that are supporting you, the God forces that are supporting you, 3 dropped out. We have Chiron with woundedness. That's Iris with messages, and Taurus with fear. So there's something that you are relying upon yourself, but you are receiving some news about. Maybe you've been relying on yourself and there is a requirement for you to be persistent, as shown by the 9 of Wands here. We've got 9 of Pentacles clarified by the 9 of Wands, and on the top row, top line, that follows on to the 9 of Cups. If you stick with relying upon your own resources, but listening to the news that you receive and persisting, wish fulfillment is open for you and it will start to move fast. But I fear that this is a resolution thing. This is a resolving some age-old issue or some such, because we also have 4 of Keys, clearing the way. And communication is the key. There is something here that more than likely on an emotional level, since we've got fear and woundedness, that you need to deal with. But it's something that you can move forward. And there's another 9 of Pentacles, right? You've got a lot of 9s here, and at the end, a lot of Queens. So a lot of manifestation coming around. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, as I say, trying to rely upon yourself, rely upon the your own resources, your own power, and listening to news that comes in, taking things slowly but keeping going. Then when you find that some wish fulfillment starts to come in, some results from that persistence, you can move forward, and you can move forward fast. Beneath the 9 of Cups, we have the Knight of Wands, and clarifying the 9 of Cups, we have the Chariot. So again, there's an element of balancing, balancing two not necessarily contradictory imperatives, but two not the same imperatives. But the Knight of Wands is moving forward again with the Knight of Pentacles, again on your own, but again receiving illumination, receiving news, and composing your own news, making your own story, which makes me think here you're changing the rules somewhat, because we have on the final row Queen of Cups, High Priestess, Queen of Wands, So, fresh new dream, fresh new start, bringing something into being, bringing something into manifestation, capably, and with just that little bit of wisdom, but that little bit of don't mess with me because this is what I'm doing, sort of thing. The don't mess with me is clarified by the Six of Cups. So there is a happiness that you can manifest right now. But that happiness that involves other people is coming from your efforts and your efforts alone with these, both of these Knight of Pentacles. And the fact that maybe what has been blocking that happiness might have been yours anyway, since we have fear and woundedness operating as forces to lift you up. You know, this is not a wound that is dragging you down. This is something that has come up to the surface in reaction to some news, no doubt, for you to just deal with, move on from. Especially with the final, what I call the conclusion card in this spread, being the High Priestess, clarified by the Seven of Swords. So strategy, taking things step by step, but also insight and understanding. Insight and understanding that will give you the ability to dance through all of this, that will give you the ability to go, right, that's it, all sorted, all done, I'm off. The danger that you have, and I think you've had this before, Dionysus, with merrymaking. I think there is a chance that by not relying entirely on yourself, you can distract yourself with the needs of other people and simply by the party trap. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Wands. You can bring a new dream into being, and I'm not entirely sure if you know what that new dream is until that bit of wish fulfillment comes around. But there's two very strong feminine powers here, quite possibly the same power, so it might be one person, it might be two people, but I feel that they are significant, but what is more significant is that you persist, you carry on, that you become these two queens, that you are going, now I have a dream that I can show to the world and get a load of this, because communication is the key. So you've got to listen to news that comes in, and you've got to be able to express your reactions to those news after you have processed it and started moving forward. But as soon as something starts going right for you, then a lot of things start going right all at once. So you have to be able to keep your balance, but keep moving forward. But remember, this is a healing process that you can dance your way through. This is something where the joy increases as we go along, but as does the power, the authority, and the emotional expression that you are able to give and to give form for. This Queen of Cups clarified again by the Queen of Wands, so we've got both Queen of Wands from both decks here, but also the Seven of Swords is telling me it's an end to secrets, an end to stress, an end to, you know, it's putting something finally to rest and identifying what the goal truly is. Because I get that as well from this Nine of Cups onto the Queen of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment is not always a good thing. Wish fulfillment can be something where you go, I want this, I want this. Oh, did I really want this? Why did I want this? You know, so you need to move on to fine hone it, you know, sand down the rough edges, or maybe just slightly adjust your focus so it's something more in line with what makes you feel good and what makes you feel confident with the emotions that you are presenting forward. I think that's actually covered everything here. Clearing the way. You have to react to the news, do the inner work to do the outer work. Now, I believe that there will be both, because Pentacles, earth energies, you know, it's very, very practical, very, very doing things, but you are on your own doing those things. This is something that only you can do, and there's that emotional quality across the top of this reading that makes me go that you need to As within, so without. You do the work inside of you and then you do the work outside of you, and it brings both parts into harmony, as shown by this Chariot card. So there is a chance for a lot of healing or progress. This could be progress on a project that you're working on, but if it's a project that you're working on, it's something you're working on your own. You will get the recognition with the Six of Cups at the end. You will get the teamwork then. You ain't going to get that teamwork now. At the moment, other people are slightly a distraction, even though other people are both the reason and the cause for whatever it is that you are doing, and the people who will have the effects of what you are doing, as well as yourself. But for the meantime, it's very self-focused. So if this means anything to you, Taurus, comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there. You will see... It was going to be Mars ingress Capricorn, but after the retrograde, Mars transit Capricorn. And your full moon reading follows this one, but your monthlies should be out before then as well. All right. Cheers.